What's going on, boys? It's your boy Akman. Today I'm bringing you a video where we compare low meshes and high meshes with their input delay and just FPS and gameplay in general. Reminder, please join my Discord down below, follow me on Twitter as well. That's how I interact with you guys the most. Also, leave a like on this video and comment below because I'm going to be responding to all the comments down below. So firstly, I'm going to talk about what the difference is between low and high meshes. So if you don't know, low meshes actually shows it as kind of like mobile builds. If you've ever seen mobile builds on an iPhone, that's basically what it is. It gives you lower input delay and supposedly more FPS. Then we also have high meshes, which are more like normal DX12 and DX11 builds, except they have a little bit less graphics and things like reflectiveness and just extra tiny things that affect performance in game. You can see here are the settings right here. I have 1920 by 1080 and everything. I count my FPS at 160 just because I have a 144Hz monitor. You can test it out yourself on what other FPS you get, but that's what I put for this video. And as you can see, we are getting around 5 milliseconds of input delay while we're staring up in the sky, and then we are getting around 5 to 6 when we are building around. And just a reminder, guys, this is an open world, supposedly supposed to give you lowest input delay like as possible. And right now, while we're building, we're getting around 5 to 6 milliseconds of delay. So that is actually, now you guys could probably compare it to Itch-Darian and say it's not that good, but Itch-Darian has a better graphics card. I have a 1660 Super and I don't have the best specs in the world. So yeah, so now when we move on to in-game, I'm just gliding, just holding my glider out, looking at all the graphics, and the input delay spikes up all the way to 15 to like 20. And when you look up at the sky, it does like normal creative, but what I think is when the FPS goes down, the input delay actually increases, especially when there's a bunch of graphically intensive things. And that's why when you are doing these low meshes or scrims or whatever, that's why you get super high input delay and a bunch of FPS spikes and everything. So as you can see, guys, I'm just free building and testing out the low meshes. I'm getting around 7 to 9 to 10 milliseconds of delay, which is not too bad, but the lower meshes do just help it feel like a lot better in general. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys see the rest of the game, or you can just skip to the next part where I go over the input delay of high meshes and etc. Okay, so using high meshes, it says that the millisecond of delay is around 4 to 5, and as we're building, we get like 4 to 6, which is honestly, I think, the same or a little bit better. I forget if it's better or worse than low meshes, but honestly, it feels just laggier just because it's more like graphically intensive. Because you guys have to understand, there's a difference between input delay and FPS. And FPS will make stuff feel smoother. Input delay will just lower input delay like in game, allowing your mouse to have faster reaction time as well as your keyboard. And as we're gliding in, we get like 25 milliseconds of delay. So in game, there is actually more input delay. Creative might be the same for high meshes wise, but in game, as you can see, we're also just fighting people around 7 to 8 milliseconds, which is all honestly around the same as low meshes. But like I said, you can just feel more tears in FPS, just more inconsistencies when you're playing, and it's just overall not as good as low meshes in my opinion. For fighting, as you can see, there are little spikes of input delay. It goes from like 7 milliseconds of input delay to like 20 or like 15 or something. And right now we're just rebuilding around and we're getting like around like 5-10 milliseconds of input delay. But I will tell you guys right now, it definitely feels a lot laggier, even though our FPS is pretty consistent. And as well as I'm fighting, it just seems like I have to perform like my edits a lot more exact. I can't just move my mouse in fluid motion. I really have to like circle around if I want to make a 4-tile edit on a wall. And that's the one thing bad about high meshes in my opinion, and that's why low meshes just feels a lot smoother and just be able to perform like higher tasks. I'm gonna go ahead and let you watch the rest of the games. Hopefully you guys found my info and my gameplay worthwhile and informative. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Go ahead and watch the rest of the games. So boys, hopefully you guys did actually enjoy this video. Turn on that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. And also comment down below which one you actually like better, low meshes or high meshes. I know high meshes look better and you can't see as well through low meshes, but it's actually a lot smoother in my opinion and just easier to hit clips and do all that stuff. Just be more mechanical. Without guys, I'm gonna go ahead and see you guys in the next one. See you later.